Good morning, Railer Nation. You're in the cheap seats, broadcasting live from the beautiful Hampton Inn Hotel located at 1019 Heitman Drive next to Beck's Travel Plaza on Lincoln's west side. I'm Scott Kirby, your host. A victorious Saturday morning. We got probably a whole show on basketball today. We got Coach Alexander in with us, along with seniors Bobby Donofsky, Joey Olden, and Austin Olden. It's Austin Cruz. So nobody got any sleep last night. Everybody's adrenaline still pumping. We got Coach Josh Komnick, the voice of the Railers, coming in around 9:30. He's going to talk about his third place finish in the IESA State Finals 1A division. Going to have some of his 8th graders in. But to kick off the program this morning, we got Coach out here, the coach of the co-champion Central State 8 Lincoln Railers, and maybe Tuesday, maybe you have a number 1 in front of their name, but I know he's going to tell you that doesn't matter right now. Still wipe the slate clean, 0-0 right now. Last night, a huge game. Congratulations. You look a little tired today.
I really played hard.
Well, you coached hard, and, it's just being in that. Royus Anderson was electric last night. That's the most people I've seen in that gymnasium for a long time, and I don't know if that kind of boost the kids up a little bit. I'm sure it did, just, being a lot of things going on last night, senior night, and number 1 versus number 2 in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, it was a special night last night with, it being senior night, and then on top of it, you got the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state plan and in 3A. And, Lamphere was undefeated until last night. So it was a big night, and our guys, they're very confident in how they can play and what they have to do to be successful. And last night was no different. And I think people there saw a great game. And, now then, like you said, nobody's, one game and done now.
Right. And you don't want to see a season like this come to an end, which, if you guys play like you played last night, there's nobody in the state of Illinois that can even compete with you guys. We've said it all year long, very unselfish, and that showed last night. Just making that extra pass for the wide open guy, and, you come away with a 57-34 victory over a quality team, obviously number 1 in the state.
Well, yeah, they've been there ranked number 1 all year. They are a very good basketball team, and we're really quite opposite type teams. We're very patient. We shoot the 3, and we both play defense. Their defense is really more attacking, even though ours has been much more like that since the middle of January. But our guys done a nice job. We got some things that we didn't do, and I'm complaining, and we held the number 1 ranked team to 34 teams, who is really averaging about probably 65 to 70 points a game, and we gave up 34. But there's some small things in there that we got to take care of, and the guys know what they are, and that's this group works for perfection, and
right.
It was. It was a lot of fun last night.
Well, I've known you for many years. You're never going to have that perfect game. And if you do think you have that perfect game, that's when you become complacent and you have nothing to work on or work for. So you got to find something to critique them about, because when you go into practice today and tomorrow, there's got to be something that you can improve on just to make this team better.
Yeah, there'll be never a perfect game, but to me, that's what you strive for. And how we played last night, we have to find something to get better at. And if you don't, then you say, well, we're good. Right. Then not only you as a coach become complacent, but the players become very complacent, and they think they're untouchable. And I don't want our guys to think that, and I truly believe that we can beat anybody in this state, but I also know that we can lose to anybody. And we have to play with emotion. We have to play with our minds on the game. I think the game, any sport, probably at least 50% of the game is your mental preparation on how you play and how you think about it, and you just can't walk in and play. If there's no game preparation or thinking about what you're going to be doing, or getting the blood flowing inside and getting the adrenaline going, you're not going to play the best game that you possibly can. And that's all we ask of our kids, is to play as hard as you can and the best that you can.
Your leading scorer last night, Gavin Block, with 30. He had a good game at Lanphier too, but it's not only the scoring, it's just everybody being involved. Got a little bit of foul trouble early in the game. Bowlby had to set for pretty much the rest of the first half, but so he wasn't really able to get in a rhythm, but everybody else stepped up. Max Cook, his points weren't shown, but he keeps everybody involved.
Yeah, and I think we had 3 of the starters on the bench in the first half with 2 fouls, and our bench came in and done a great job. And in fact, I think we might have had 4 kids with 2 fouls the first half, and that's really uncommon. But that's a credit to Lanphier on how they attack the basket, and that's their game. Is they dribble drive, they get into the paint. Most of their scoring and their how they play is done in the paint. So one thing that we had 10 turnovers on the year. We're averaging a little over 6 turnovers a game, and that is really an outstanding thing, a part of the game that really people don't understand, that we take care of the basketball because we have to get a shot every possession down the floor, and when we do that, we don't have that you don't give the teams. A turnover can be anywhere from a 4 to a 6 point play, and that's a big swing in any game. So, if you turn it over, you lose the opportunity to score the 2 or 3 points, and then it leads to possibly 2 or 3 points at the other end. So you don't want those turnovers, and you just got to stay away from them.
Well, and that's, last night you don't usually use timeouts, but you had to use about 4 of them last night to save a turnover. And those are momentum swingers right there, game changers. You don't call those timeouts. We turn the ball over. Like you said, that's could be a 4-point swing. So
well, and also our guys know that when we play anybody, we would rather throw the ball in the bleachers as to throw it to them.
Right.
Just make a bad pass right to them, which would lead to a layup. And we feel very confident in our defense that if we have a turnover and we can get our defense set up, that's not as bad, because now we got a chance to defend the basket. But Lanphier does a great job of shooting passing lanes. You saw Larry get a dunk last night, and he's a super quick individual that's his game, and he gets out in the passing lanes, he creates, he's strong, he's a great athlete, and we let him get away a couple times.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I know the talk of the town, is the Lincoln-Lanphier game last night, but we got to move on. We got to move forward. Now is what these kids have been playing for the whole year, entering in the state tournament. Regionals start up Tuesday. We're going to play the winner of Eisenhower Mount Zion, which they'll play in Lincoln Monday night. If you had a chance, obviously not, because I'm sure you've been preparing all week for Lanphier, but give us your take on maybe what you think or who you think you might be playing Tuesday. The listeners probably don't know anything about Eisenhower or Mount Zion, but what's your take on our matchup for Tuesday?
I'm not really sure. We haven't seen Eisenhower since Christmas. They were down at the Collinsville tournament with us, and then we really didn't see a lot of them at that time because they lost their first game and played in the losers bracket. So we didn't see a lot of them. We will get to see them tomorrow night or Monday night, and we'll take a look and see. We have seen Mount Zion. It's a team that, again, they play hard, they play zone, they play 1-2-2, they play 2-3, 1-2-2. They play a lot of different varieties of zones, and, I believe shooting is mental preparation. If you walk in the gym and think you're going to just score, you're fooling yourself. So if we're not mentally prepared to play, again, anybody can beat us, and those teams are capable of doing that. So, it'll just be us getting ourselves refreshed and getting ourselves, in the mood to play. And if you can't get in the mood to play in a state tournament, you're not a very good basketball player.
You're right, and that's what it's all about right there, Coach. But Tuesday night, Roy S. Anderson, Lincoln will play at 7. Encourage all the fans to get out there. If we could fill up Roy S. Anderson like we did last night, that's just another advantage to this basketball team, because it does give them a little bit more energy, because they feed off that, and you could see it last night. And our fans did an outstanding job last night, cheering on our squad, and they had a lot to cheer about. We were never down in the game. Right from the get-go, we were up. So, if we can get those guys out there Tuesday, and then hopefully Friday, to give this squad some encouragement and some support, that'd be great.
I really was impressed with our student body last night.
Yeah.
I thought, you got some ringleaders there that do kind of lead to things, and it was a very good feeling to look across the gym and see those two sections full of our students, and I think they had a good time last night. And it's Railer Nation was really good last night. And we were talking to the media late last night, and we were talking about the regionals coming up, and out of the 4 regionals that we have, it was his thoughts that we drew the toughest second seed in all the regionals out there. So,
yeah.
We got to deal with our game on Tuesday night, but more than likely it'll be a matchup against Normal U High, who has Keita Diop that's going to Ohio State, who's a number 5, one of the top 5 players in the country. So, you take that, and your season could be over in a week if you're not really focused and prepared to play. And I know U High is biting at the bit to get get on the court with us. So, but again, if we have the turnout that we had last night, it'll be a great basketball game.
Right. Well, Coach, let's take a quick commercial timeout. We come back, we're going to have the seniors, Bobby Donofsky, Joey Olden, and Austin Cruz. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3, WLCNonline.com. Welcome back, Railer Nation. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3, WLCNonline.com, broadcasting live on the web 24/7. We are live at the beautiful Hampton Inn Hotel, located at 1019 Heitman Drive, next to Beck's Travel Plaza on Lincoln's west side. Experience true luxury and fabulous amenities and services while you visit the Hampton Inn Hotel in Lincoln. A delicious complimentary hot breakfast is served every morning, and the exercise club, heated indoor pool, and hot tub await you. Don't forget to ask about meeting rooms availabilities, corporate rates, and wedding room blocks, along with special features for the bride and groom. Phone the Hampton Inn Hotel in Lincoln 24/7 at 217-732-6729 for a tour, or to schedule your stay now at the Hampton Inn in Lincoln. They love having you here. Well, we love being here, and we got some Central State 8 champions behind us. The seniors, Bobby Donofsky, Joey Olden, Austin Cruz. Good morning, guys. You got to turn that on.
Morning.
Okay.
Morning.
Okay, there we go. Guys feeling a little bit tired today, maybe kind of a little let down from last night with all the energy and, a big game. We'll give the mic to Bobby here. We'll just go from left to right. Give us your thoughts on the game last night as it unfolded.
That game was just amazing, just being there and experiencing it, and all the atmosphere and all the preparation for the game, and then for it finally to come up, and it was just surreal just being there and to experience it. It was definitely something you'll remember for the rest of your life if you were there.
Right, and okay, speaking of rest of your life, I will keep with Bobby. Do you have any future plans, college, armed forces, anything like that?
Yeah, next year I am going to Lincoln College and probably playing basketball there next year with Pat Lepper. And then after that, I think I'm going to go to Western Illinois for a criminal justice degree.
Yeah, they got one of the best in the nation there. That's where I went.
Yeah.
See where it got me.
Is it criminal justice or criminal?
No, I was on the other side. I was always hunting down the criminals. But
You're the bad kid.
Yeah, no, I was good. Just ask me. But just the student section alone. I mean, they were phenomenal.
That was the biggest student section I've seen there probably since Jordan Nelson had that career high game where he broke the record. I remember that being a big student section. But that was the biggest. We filled up that whole section, and even the section next to it was pretty full.
Well, here's what you have to do Monday at school. Get with your fellow classmates and tell them to do it again.
We will.
Tuesday and Friday.
We will. We'll get them out there.
Okay, good. All right, we'll pass it down to Joey here, and hopefully we'll get a couple words out of him. I don't think he really likes to talk. But Joey, if you've never been to a Railer basketball game, he plays the point on defense, and he's on, well, how tall are you?
5'11".
5'11", but he plays like he's about 6'6". You got like wingspan, like I don't know. It's crazy. He causes so many turnovers, and he does a great job. Kind of been shooting the ball well lately, especially Chatham game a few weeks ago, and then last night you hit some big threes.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Coach Alves keeps yelling at me to shoot it every day in practice and threatening to take me out and rip my head off and stuff like that. So I guess it's probably a good thing that I actually started shooting it.
Well, if he's telling you to shoot, that means you better shoot. Now, if he tells you to quit shooting, then you're in trouble.
Right.
But usually if he tells you to shoot, that means you got a hot hand and your percentage is pretty good. So, keep shooting.
I will.
All right. What'd you think last night? Being senior night, it's not going to be the last time you play in Roy S., but it's going to be, it's something special.
There were so many things that went right with that game. The 1 and 2, the fact that it's Lanphier, our rivals, the fact that it was senior night, that we were able to pack it with all the students. It was like a perfect ending to a regular season, and couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, you couldn't. And you guys started off the game strong, finished strong, and that's what you want to do, play four full quarters, and you guys, you did that last night. What do you have future plans?
College, probably no sports, just going to go to college, get a degree in engineering, and, see where that takes me.
Oh, wow. Engineering is a smart one, huh?
Yeah.
So this will be it for basketball. You might play some intramurals or something like that.
Everybody does that in college.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of reluctant to pass the mic down here because we've only, this might fill up the show here. Mr. Austin Cruz, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
I'm doing great. Cruz, for those, you've probably seen him if you go out to the rec on Saturday morning, he thinks he's a qualified official. He's over there. He does it right, but he does a good job out there. So maybe that should be a career for him, being an official. Think you could do that?
No.
Like in last night's atmosphere, do you think you could officiate that game?
I don't think so.
No. I know I could. Yeah, there's no way I could do it. I take that too personal. People yelling at me and telling me I stink and other words that we can't mention on air. But Cruz came in last night. You got some several minutes in last night because of foul trouble, and did a great job. Give us your take on the game last night.
There's not much else to say besides what Bobby and Joey said. It's kind of what high school sports are all about. We had the whole town pulling for us, and then you had all of Lanphier School, most of Springfield pulling for them. And when you have two teams that good playing against each other, something has to give. And luckily, we came out on top, and we played, we executed.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, all right. So you got some big plans ahead of you after high school, don't you?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm looking to attend the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Probably major in nuclear engineering.
Wow. To keep you and Joey away from each other, you guys will be stirring something up to build or blow something up.
Yeah, well.
No, I'm just kidding. You
never
say
know.
that. That's a national threat right there. That was a joke. But so going to the Naval Academy, you gonna play some sports there?
I'm not sure. At the Naval Academy, every student has to play either a club sport, intramural, or Division I. It's a requirement there. So I'll be involved, but I don't know at what level.
Some football? They got some football there?
They have their Division I football team, but they also have a club football team where there's a weight limit, where it's under like 190. you have to play everybody. So between the linemen are under 190 to the quarterback, everybody.
How about ping pong? I hear you're a good ping pong player.
That might just be some recreational. I don't know if they have an intramural team or a club team of ping pong. But
You're not going to make a career out of ping pong.
no. I mean, I wish I was like Forrest Gump and, could play with my, what is it?
You're kind of like him.
Solar Flex, I think, paddle.
Yeah?
But no.
Okay. Well, guys, thanks for coming in this morning. I'm sure you guys are all tired and beat up. Pretty physical game last night. But you're going to have a little shoot around today. I'm sure you'll have practice tomorrow. Something Monday. We'll watch the game Monday to prepare. And then Tuesday, let's get the ball rolling again. All right? Get down to Peoria.
All right, sounds good.
All right. That's the seniors. Some of the seniors to finish up the senior tour, I guess we should say. We had Max and Horsham and Bowlby in earlier in the season. So good luck to you guys the rest of the season. Coach, good luck to you. I know you'll have them ready to go Tuesday, and then we'll go from there. But encourage all the Lincoln fans, the Railer Nation, to get out there Tuesday night. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off for Game 1, or it'd be Game 2 of the regionals here in Lincoln. So get out there and support this squad. We'll take another commercial break. We come back, we're going to have the Chester East Panthers in here, third-place finishers in the ISA state finals. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 WLCNonline.com. Good morning, Railer Nation. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, broadcasting live from the beautiful Hampton Inn, located at 1019 Heitman Drive. As always, like to thank them. They are our coffee and pastry sponsor. Jake appreciates that very much.
And I'm back.
And he is back, and he is here in person.
Right on time.
Right now we got Coach Josh Komnick of the Chester East Lincoln Panthers and some 8th graders here. They finished 3rd place in the IESA state finals. Good morning, Coach.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, just real quick, last night's game, what'd you think?
Well, I don't know what you could ask for. We've seen that place rocking many a times before, and what a great game it was. All the highlights of going senior night, from all the pep band to the cheerleaders to the Palms to, of course, the Railer basketball team. And what a better night for us to play one of our better games of the year. Packed house. It doesn't get much better in high school basketball. I'd love to compare that to anybody, not only in the state of Illinois, but the adrenaline, the excitement that we were having, not let alone being able to play in a game like that. It was a pretty neat atmosphere, and I was thinking about that last night, and it's kind of the reason why I do junior high basketball, is hopefully to one day see guys that I get the chance to coach be out there and play in something that I was able to do out at Lincoln High School, and it's one of the best things that I've ever done. So that's one of the big things, the reasons why I kind of stay in the game a little bit, to help these guys hopefully get out there and play in front of 2,400 strong.
Well, Josh, being one of the voices of Lincoln Railer basketball, you do the broadcasting on the radio. It's got to be exciting to broadcast the game. Now, I didn't really listen to the broadcast. I didn't put the headphones on last night while I was filming because I wanted to hear the atmosphere. So it's got to be exciting to be able to broadcast a game like that.
Well, there's no question. We've been in a lot of games this year where there's been 25 points and 30 points, and as that game rolls by, it becomes a little less disinterested in the game as far as the fans and us also. You find things to talk about, but there was plenty to talk about last night. The roar of the crowd would remind you that there's a big game, even though it was a lopsided score toward the end. But what a neat atmosphere. I've gotten a chance to do the radio for several games like that now, and it's pretty neat.
What a job by coaches here. I mean, from beginning to end, 700 wins now this year. He's ranked number 1 in the state. I mean, and last night I thought he did an awesome job keeping Lanphier all balanced. The substitution patterns he was making was great. I mean, I just thought Coach did a great job.
So he's been there before, and a lot of these guys have been there before too. He's got a good senior class. He's got a lot of experience. These guys have played together for a long time. That's pretty much 12 months out of the year out there. And you see the fruits of it after that. The guys play together all year long. They play hard. They understand the game, how it's supposed to be played, and and now you're seeing that at 28-2 or something like that, and share the conference title, and then a huge win last night.
Well, Coach, let's get to why you're here with us this morning. We got some 8th graders behind us. We got Jordan Jacobs, Isaiah Bowers, Sam Birnbaum, and Josh Vincent. Those are the 8th grade members on your squad. You don't play 4 against 5, so obviously you had to bring up some 7th graders to fill in the rest of the roster. Now, that was the only 8th graders you had?
4, yeah, and you would probably look at our record and say that it was an easy season as far as wins and losses go, but when you're lacking numbers, the coaches and I, Coach Joel Vincent and Mr. Eric Farwell, one of the other assistants, it was tricky at times to figure out. In junior high, you're only allowed 5 quarters a night, so you've got, of course, you've got to bring up one starter to come up to start with these guys, and he can play 1 quarter in the 7th grade, and then he's got 4 quarters in the 8th grade, but lack there of subs because the rest of the guys are 7th graders, and they're playing 4 quarters a night in the 7th grade game, so really they only have 1 quarter coming back in the 8th grade game. So
if you get in foul trouble,
thank goodness we didn't have to rely on that a lot. These guys did a great job of playing aggressive but yet playing smart. There were a couple times where we had foul trouble and we were a little worried about it. You got to remember, you've got to worry about sickness. You've got to worry about ineligibility, unfortunately. There's things that all boil into that, which didn't always make it easy on us. Those guys probably didn't look at it as much as we do, but you look at the record and say, well, you only lost twice and finished 3rd, but there was some thinking going on.
Well, then that just makes this season a little more special because they have to play mentally focused because they know if they get in foul trouble and they go to the bench, there's really nobody that they can really replace them. So they're basically going out playing 4 quarters a night, playing as hard as they can within the limits of how the game's being refereed.
Yeah, and we try to play really aggressive. We press as part of our game, and these guys had to be under control at that point. They have to realize I can go when I can, and when I get one early, I've got to pull back a little bit, or I can't maybe go as hard to the basket knowing I could possibly pick up a charge. So I think the best thing about these guys all year long is they were consistent. We were consistently strong all season long. We didn't falter that one game where we maybe should have lost or should have won easy, and we came up and won 6 or 8 points. I talked a little bit about the Railer team doing that this year. The games that you're supposed to win, we took care of business and won by 25 or 30 like we were supposed to, and that was really nice to see. It's hard as an athlete when you're supposed to win by a certain margin, especially a big margin, to get yourself ready to play every night, and we didn't have to worry about these guys.
Well, let's talk about these kids a little bit there. Who we have on the end there? That's Josh Vincent. You want to grab the mic there? Josh, are you a talker? Are you going to give us a good interview here?
Sure.
Okay. What position were you?
Forward, shooting guard.
Forward, shooting guard. And do you have a favorite game this year that you played in, a high-score game?
Probably Jacksonville, our savior.
Okay, how many points did you have?
Yeah, don't forget to mention he's made 7 threes in that game.
Yeah,
so that's probably a big
I was
reason
waiting
why.
to,
Not that he got 5 rebounds in a game or a couple steals, but let's mention the 7 threes.
Seven three-pointers. How you were feeling it, huh?
Peoria Robine game, where we had like a 10-point comeback in the first quarter.
Okay, that's good. Both good games, but 7 3-pointers, huh?
Yeah.
Just out there chucking.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's good. That's what Lincoln Rather basketball is about, because a 3-pointer is worth more than a 2, right?
Yeah.
And it's worth more than a dunk. So, the only thing Jake can dunk is a donut, but he can shoot the 3. So, all right. You plan on playing basketball next year as a freshman? Hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. Good deal. Were you at the game last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. It was,
You want to be a part of something like that?
yeah.
All right. So work hard. You got to work hard all year, the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Get in the gym.
Yep.
All right. Pass it down here. Who we have here?
Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
You don't have a last name?
Oh, Birnbaum.
Okay, there you go.
Birnbaum.
What position did you play?
I played forward, the 5-man in the middle, roaming around.
So you guys did they play different positions or pretty much?
For the most part, if we didn't have injury or sickness or anything. They played mainly the same spots at all times. We try to do a lot of the same things at the high school so that their transition next year into freshman basketball is very smooth. We run a lot of the same plays. We run the same defense. So I try to put them where not only we can be successful, but where they're also going to be successful hopefully next year, where I think a lot of these guys will play for being a Railer.
And do you have a particular game that stands out, a favorite game where you scored, your high game? Or
I did have a high scoring game, but I still think my favorite game was probably the third place game.
Yeah.
Because it was my last game as a Panther, and it was good to hoist that third place trophy up at the end.
So I thought maybe you'd bring some hardware.
We should have. I
should.
don't even know where it's at.
It's
It was crazy. We got,
it's probably still at the gym.
We had 50-mile-an-hour winds on the way home. We're driving like 40 mile an hour.
It's in his bed.
It's hanging on the right.
He sleeps with
It's probably at Coach Vincent's
under
house,
his
I'd
pillow.
imagine. But yeah, that was a crazy night. All the festivities going on.
Yeah.
I don't even seen it since those guys put it up in the air. Yeah.
Well, that's all right. Did you go to the game last night?
Yeah, I was there.
And you plan on playing next year?
Definitely.
All right, good deal. All right, we'll pass the mic down here. Who do we have here?
Isaiah Bowers.
Isaiah Bowers. All right. What position did you play?
Pretty much all of them, like point guard, some shooting guard, power forward.
Okay. Now, do you have a favorite game?
Probably either the Robien game or the third place game. Those are both really fun games to play in.
Okay. And were you at the game last night?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Exciting, right?
Yeah, had to stand in line forever, but got in.
Part of it. Right?
Couldn't get your kids in?
You know how many texts I got trying to get a ticket?
My phone was blowing up all day.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any poll? Can you get me in? I'm like, no.
Barely get my own kids in.
Yeah, I'm lucky I got in. Yeah.
Isaiah, how tall are you?
5'10".
5'10" point guard.
Yeah.
Nice. We need a point guard next year.
That's right.
So, and obviously you're going to play next year. You can be
Oh,
a
yes,
Railer,
totally.
a Panther to a Railer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that forever.
Good deal. And we'll pass the mic down here to finish it up here. And this has to be Jordan Jacobs.
Yep.
Because that's the last name on my list here. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. You?
Good. I'm doing great. What position did you play?
I played mostly two. I played some point guard this year.
Okay. And any particular game stand out for you?
It would probably have to be the third place game just because of the atmosphere of it, the excitement of it.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Even you think about it, third place out of what you got two classes and
There's four.
There's four. All right,
Yeah,
there's
four
four
classes. But
So that's a big accomplishment. You think about the whole state of Illinois. You guys finished third, and you guys were in the game before that, weren't you? I mean, it came down to the wire.
Yeah, it was down to the wire. Josh hit 7 threes, I think, and kept us right around in it, and guys kept making plays, and it was really two good teams. I think, as I told the guys after that game, it was between us and Jacksonville, our savior. They went on to win the state tournament, beating Anawan, and I kind of told them I thought that was the championship game after we had lost to them, and we were down. They were good size. I mean, they were 5'9", 5'11", 6'1", and we battled our tail off. I mean, it was like a Lincoln Lanphier where it's just two good basketball teams going after it, and it just came down to who's going to make the most plays. You can throw out all the things you want, but the kids got to make plays, and they made a few more. They were big on the boards, and they really hurt us. But yeah, that was a great junior high basketball game.
Good deal. Were you at the game last night?
Yeah,
I think everybody in Lincoln was at the game last night. You plan on playing next year?
I do.
Okay, good. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys are going to look good in a Railer uniform. I know Coach, was pretty proud of you guys. You guys represented your school well, and you brought home some hardware. So congratulations. And next year we'll see you at the high school. You guys excited about going to high school?
Yeah.
You ready for freshman initiation? Because, man, it's brutal.
They can't do that anymore.
Oh, they can't?
No.
Oh, well, you were probably the last class.
Yeah. They threw that out the window after we got done with it.
All right, guys. Well, congratulations. We'll see you next year at the high school.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any closing thoughts about this team? I know you got to be elated and just happy for the kids. And
for the most part, these guys were their sixth graders when I started. So first of all, they're great kids. I never had to worry about ineligibility when they were going to show up for practice or if they were going to show up for practice. And I show you these guys are four kids that play all year long. They've improved so much. Sam probably has improved more than I've ever seen anybody improve from a 6th grade year to an 8th grade year. Jordan Jacobs was probably our most improved this year. Everybody made a play at a certain game this year that it stuck out. There were games, Illini Central, where took us to overtime, and Isaiah made some free throws down the stretch. We talked about Josh making all those threes in that semifinal game to go to the 3rd place game. Sam was huge all year around the basket, made a number of different plays. In that 3rd place game, rattled off, I think, 8 straight points for us. And then Jordan hit the 2 biggest shots of the year, probably, against East Peoria Robine. It was at Hardham. And it was a close game. He grabs the rebound, kind of dribbles it out. Nobody guarding him, and he just pops it. It's one of those no, and yes after it goes through the net. And then he hits another big 3 in the 3rd place game. So all these guys have made great plays. They're great kids. They'll be perfect Lincoln Railers when they get there, because they're smart. They do the things you're supposed to do as a human being. And I couldn't be more proud of the way they had played and performed all year.
Did you have? He asked the kids, did you have a big game this year? What was your favorite? What one stuck out for you?
We scheduled a few more games this year in knowing that we would be pretty good. So I put Hayworth on the schedule, and they're traditionally a pretty good power in 2A and 3A. This year they were 3A with their enrollment. And I think that was the game I was looking forward to the most to see. It's been so long since I've seen a good junior high basketball game. I think the last time I'd been was my brother was playing, Corey Farmer, and those guys were together. So I didn't know if we were that good. I didn't know if we were state level good. So I scheduled Hayworth to see. I knew if we could take care of business with them, we had a chance to be pretty decent. And we handled them really well. They had a big kid that was inside that was really, really nice player, a nice guard, and I think we ended up winning 17 or 18 points or something like that. So I think that was a game that kind of turned my mind to say, we can be pretty good and take this pretty far after we had played against Hayworth.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
And you're going to be back next year, I assume.
Yeah, I'll be back, and we got a lot of work to do. Of course, everybody will be coming after you now. You're kind of like that railer now, as everybody comes after you when you've done well the previous season. So our guys that'll be back have a lot of work to do, but we've got some kids I think that'll.
Well, you got kids coming up that has experience, from playing.
Yeah, and I hope so. And I think a lot of kids got some state tournament experience, which is nice. Something they may not be able to do every year that they're in junior high. So, we'll see. And another good year around the county. This group of 8th graders, I'll let Rayler faithful know that they've got a nice class coming in with size and guards. They've got some kids that can shoot the ball. They've got some athletes. So it's a nice group of 8th graders who, first of all, are good kids, and then two, it just happens that they can play basketball pretty well too.
All right. Well,
any baseball coaching this summer for you?
No.
No?
My arm is shot. Why? Are you playing?
Huh? Oh, man. My back is shot.
No, well, yeah, I'll be coaching. I'm sure I got a game here at 11 o'clock, a basketball game coming up for my oldest son. But, yeah, I'm sure I'll be out on the diamond with him. But
all right.
It never stops, does it?
Nope, it doesn't. All right, Coach. Well, thanks for coming in. That's Coach Komnick, the coach of the 22-2 Chester East Panthers and 3rd place finishers in the IESA state finals. We'll take our last commercial break. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up with Jake, the furniture man Johnston, get his take. Yeah.
I got to stick around for that?
You do, yeah. So that's why we're here. You got to finish the show. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats, 96.3 WLCNonline.com. Good morning, sports fans.
And we're back.
We are back, and we are at the beautiful Hampton Inn, located at 1019 Heitman Drive. And we have the general manager of the Hampton Inn, Damon Pretty, on with us. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
I'd like to thank you for having us here today. And Hampton Inn's been a sponsor, our coffee and pastry sponsor for the Cheap Seat Sports Show on Saturday morning. So thank you for that. Excellent coffee, excellent pastries, and thanks for doing that for us. Tell us a little bit about the Hampton Inn and located out here, and what you guys offer.
Sure. Well, we've been here about going on 6 years, so we're still a very new property, and we've got a lot of amenities to offer. We've got the indoor heated pool, that's pretty popular, this time of year. Full hot breakfast, 64 rooms, so we cater a lot to weddings, family reunions. We've had a great year last year, very busy, starting out to be a great couple of months this year. So
good.
We've been very, very busy. And then the company purchased the Holiday Inn January 1st, so we've been working with that team, and we've made some great promotions to some longtime team members that have been able to move over to the Holiday Inn. We've got some very exciting renovations and improvements we're making to the hotel and to the building and the amenities we offer over there.
Will it be anything that you can kind of announce now? Will it be like another Hampton Inn, or will it be like another different name?
It's going to stay the Holiday Inn Express.
Okay.
That's a little confusing for people that may not be in the hotel business, but they're a franchise, so the ownership group actually owns several different brands. Hampton and Holiday just being a couple of them, but it's going to stay a Holiday Inn Express. And as far as renovations and improvements, it's nothing we can really probably announce right now. A lot of it has been kind of behind the scenes. You know, you don't really see it. Infrastructure, security improvements, improvements to the building itself coming in the spring. So it won't be something that you know, happens overnight and that you see right away. And then some of the cosmetic improvements will come later. We just want to get the building, you know, secure and you know, make the improvements to the building and the infrastructure themselves.
Jake, you got anything?
Yeah, you know, as I was pulling up, it's something that has been commented about this place many times, how clean it is and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Pulling up here, you got a guy on the parking lot just sweeping up and keeping it, you know, attractive, which is, you know, it's kind of nice to make sure that, you know, you're taking care of your facility as well as taking care of the people coming in.
Yeah.
We have a really great team here. We've got some team members that have been here since day one, which is sometimes rare in the hotel business if you've been in it. But we've got some long-time 5-6 year people that have been here, and Jim is probably who you saw, the maintenance director, and we just have a lot of people that are very proud of you know, the Hampton and just being here. And yeah, we pride ourselves on, you know, being very clean and very detail-oriented, and we plan on kind of carrying that over to the Holiday Inn and working with that team over there. And we've made, like I said, some promotions from Hampton to over there to the management team. So I
mean, which is a great thing. Me, in the industry I'm in, I actually have a couple sales reps that stay here, and that's one thing they say, you know, even if they're going to St. Louis, a lot of times they plan on staying here and making some stops right here, just because how you guys keep your facility. They know what they get every time. It's good, it's clean, good breakfast. You know, that's one thing they look at for.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, it's important, you know, for travelers and whatnot. So
yeah, I appreciate that.
And being a good breakfast, you know, that's got to take some business away from their Cracker Barrel here, you know. They just come down here, eat breakfast, and you don't have to go over there. So
stay the night.
Yeah.
Spend $80 on a room as opposed to $40 for a meal.
Right.
I see it.
It's a no-brainer. So, well, thanks for having us this morning.
Sure.
Really do appreciate it. And, you know, once again, thanks for being a sponsor of the coffee and the pastries. And, you know, we'll stay in touch, and we'll keep an eye on how you guys, you know, go about and, you know,
Sure.
the little transformation to the Holiday Inn Express.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, all right. That's Damian Pretty. He's the general manager here at the Hampton Inn. Just some closing thoughts, Jake. Were you at the game last night?
I was actually listening on the radio.
Okay.
And had friends send me videos the whole time.
Okay. And
my phone died twice.
Did you hear any of the crowd noise on the radio?
Oh my goodness. The crowd was, I mean,
it was phenomenal. I didn't even wear the headset. I just wanted to hear the whole atmosphere, so I didn't really listen to the broadcast much. But
I was, you know, just listening to it and having my friends that we've been to quite a few games together talking about it in text messages and whatnot. It was one of the most electric games they remember, going back 20 plus years now. So I mean, like I said, Lincoln, the team had them going, coach had the team going. It all worked well last night.
It did. Well, that's we're out of time. Well, we could have done this for another hour. We talked about.
That's what you called me in here.
Well, I did.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did call you, but I didn't really need you. But thanks for showing up. You know, nice to see you. And well, we did. We had Lisa the 90s, you know, the fixed
You
96.
absolutely did not need me here.
You're right.
She could have been on here. She definitely.
She probably has more knowledge and stuff like that of sports than you do
either
today.
one of us.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for us, guys. Next week we'll be at your place, so no excuses. You got to be there.
I never have an excuse.
Yeah, you don't. But yeah, we'll be at Jake's Furnishings next week. I'm sure he'll have some big deals going on, so come out and see us there. Once again, I'd like to thank Hampton Inn for having us this morning. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Cheap Seats, 96.3 WLCNonline.com.
Good day.